Kourtney Kardashian acknowledges that merging her and Travis Barker's 7 children into a single household required a significant amount of adjustment. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. Kourtney Kardashian Barker has opened up about how it hasn't been easy blending her big family with that of her husband, Travis Barker. The two of them have now come together with their 7 children under one roof, but getting to that point took some time and patience. In a recent episode of her family's reality show, Kourtney talked about how she's been working hard to make her house a comfortable place for everyone. She mentioned that she's been renovating her house to make it more spacious so all the kids can feel comfortable and welcome. Kourtney shares 3 children with her ex, Scott Disick. Their names are Mason, who is 15 years old, Penelope, who is 12, and Rain, who is 10. She also shares a baby boy named Rocky, who is just 15 months old, with Travis. Travis Barker, who is the drummer for the band Blink-182, has 3 kids of his own. His daughter Alabama is 19, his son Landon is 21, and his stepdaughter Adiana is 25. Altogether, they now have 7 children between them, and Kourtney says bringing all of them into one home was a big step that needed a lot of changes. In a quiet moment during the show, Kourtney shared her thoughts in front of the camera. She said that her goal while fixing up the house is to make sure everyone has space and feels like they are part of a new and united family. She wanted the house to have a fresh feeling, something that would help everyone feel like they were starting a new chapter together. She didn't want it to feel like anyone was just visiting. She wanted all of them to feel like it was their home. Kourtney gave her sisters, Kendall and Kylie Jenner, a tour of the house to show them the changes she's been making. As they walked through the space, Kourtney explained that since Rocky was born in November, she and her kids have been staying at Travis's house. She said that moving in with someone who already has kids, and trying to make space for everyone, takes time. It's something that everyone in the house has to get used to. For Kourtney and her children, they had to leave their own space and go into someone else's, and that alone was a big adjustment. Even though there were challenges, Kourtney said that things are going well. She feels good about where they are as a family and is hopeful about finishing the renovations soon. She wants to move into the house fully and start enjoying life together with everyone. She also said that she's lived in her house for about 10 years, so it has a lot of memories. Meanwhile, Travis's kids have lived in their home their entire lives, so bringing all of them into one place is something completely new. She pointed out that this kind of change is never easy, especially when children are involved, but she believes that they've reached a great place with it all. She wants her home to be a place where everyone feels at ease. She wants her children and her stepchildren to feel like they each have a special spot just for them. She's making sure there's enough room for everyone and that no one feels left out. While showing a chalkboard filled with all the kids' names written on it, Kourtney said she's working hard to make their house a place where the whole family can come together and make memories. She mentioned that the kids will probably always feel like they have 2 homes, but she's focused on making sure her home is one they all enjoy being in. One of the show's producers made a lighthearted comment, comparing Kourtney to her mother, Kris Jenner, because of the way she's surrounded by all her children. Kourtney smiled at the thought and said she would love that. She said that if Penelope or any of the kids wanted to stay close to her, she'd be more than happy. She likes having her children near and wants to keep them in her view, where she knows they are safe and happy. It's clear that Kourtney really cares about making this transition work, not just for herself and Travis, but for all the children involved. She wants to create a peaceful and happy home where everyone feels like they belong. She knows it takes time to bring 2 families together, but she's not giving up. She's doing her best to make sure every child feels loved, heard, and cared for in their new life together. The journey hasn't been perfect, but Kourtney is showing that with love, effort, and understanding, it is possible to bring a large blended family under one roof and make it work. It's not just about living in the same house, it's about creating a space where each person feels important and welcome. That's what Kourtney is aiming for, and it's something that many families can relate to. She also seems to be taking inspiration from how her own mom, Kris Jenner, raised her and her siblings. Kris always made family the center of everything, and Kourtney appears to want the same for her own children. Being close to her kids, making space for everyone, and keeping the home full of warmth and togetherness is very important to her. And even though the house renovations are still happening, her heart is already set on building a strong, united family. Kourtney's words and actions show that blending families may come with challenges, but it also comes with a lot of love. She believes that as long as everyone is patient and open to change, the home they're building together will be filled with love and support. The kids may still have rooms in both houses, but Kourtney is determined to make this new house feel like home for all of them. She wants it to be a place they will all look back on with joy and remember as the home where their family truly came together. As things continue to change in their lives, Kourtney remains hopeful. She's staying focused on what really matters, her family. She's doing everything she can to build something that lasts, something that brings joy to each child, and something that keeps them all close as they grow up. The work she's putting into this home and her family shows just how much she cares. This kind of story touches many people because blended families are more common than ever. Kourtney is sharing her real-life experiences and showing others that with care, effort, and a lot of heart, it's possible to create a new family dynamic that works beautifully. People watching her journey can see that while it's not always easy, it's worth it. Kourtney and Travis are taking their time, being mindful of each child's feelings, and trying to make their home a space where everyone feels loved. And in the end, that's what makes a family strong, not just living under one roof, but growing together, respecting one another, and making room for each person to feel special. From Kourtney's perspective, this new chapter is a fresh start. It's not just about putting furniture in the right place or painting the walls a new color. It's about creating a feeling in the home, a feeling of unity, love, and peace. She knows that building a home that feels like that takes time, but she's ready to do whatever it takes. She's not just building a house, she's building a future for her blended family, one filled with happiness, closeness, and love. The journey hasn't been perfect, but Kourtney is showing that with love, effort, and understanding, it is possible to bring a large blended family under one roof and make it work. It's not just about living in the same house, it's about creating a space where each person feels important and welcome. That's what Kourtney is aiming for, and it's something that many families can relate to. She also seems to be taking inspiration from how her own mom, Kris Jenner, raised her and her siblings. Kris always made family the center of everything, and Kourtney appears to want the same for her own children. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.